Hello and welcome back. I am Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some more of our Factorio, a rocket per patron campaign. Yeah, it's been a couple days. I apologize. I've been playing a lot of E4. It happened. Also, the design that I made was completely wrong. I completely forgot about crushed stone coming out of this recipe, so I redid it, and that's what it looks like now. It's not as compact. I was really hoping for like a really ridiculously compact layout, but I don't know why. I don't know why I always want compact layouts. They just don't really matter that much when you've got a lot of space. I guess they matter with beacons, but hey, I don't have beacons, so whatever. Anyway, I've got something making pure iron here. Basically, we're just going to take all of our Javolite and all of our Sapphirite and make iron for now. Do appreciate the comments. A lot of people have been playing along with this this mod pack or something very similar. At the very least, Bob's plus Angels. And turns out that a lot of this smelting is not going to be necessary. Like, and I've kind of noticed it myself as well. If I take a look at the logistic network, I've got beaucoup amounts of crushed stone and slag, and we can make any metal we want out of that stuff. So really, the main thing is just make sure we get our iron production up, and then start working towards making rockets and stuff. I've got all this slag sitting around. This is blocked because there's too much stuff in it. I mean, you can see that we're getting way too much stuff I don't really need. This is a passive provider. We're not even requesting that crap anywhere, so... Anyway, the only thing holding up that Javolite and Sapphirite little thinger into pure iron is I actually did some remote, or like some local rather, liquefaction of the junk, and I am not storing or bottling. It looks like I'm not bottling up any of this stuff. So let's go ahead and box up a little bit of this stuff. We'll make it, I want to keep everything that's connected to the sulfur right now, I think should stay connected, so we'll use an Angel's overflow pipe. We already have one of. Okay, you're going to make sulfuric acid barrels. Fill sulfur acid barrel. We'll request a fair few of these things. And then we'll put a logistic network restriction on there for sulfuric acid barrels. Sulfuric acid barrels needs to be less than like, let's see, there's 25 units per barrel, so 25 times, I don't know, let's just say we want like as much as, let's say 5,000 divided by 25, so it'd be 200. Okay. 103 sulfur in there. Acid provider warehouse. All that sulfur just come from that one little machine, huh? Never really did do a huge amount of aluminum production, and yet look at this. This one little electrolyzer has just made an entire chest full of aluminum. Granted, it's been a very, very, very long time since I've started this campaign, so I guess no one should really be that surprised that we have all this stuff. Meanwhile, these are filtration unit Mark IIs. We have no mineral sludge. We were making this stuff into stuff. We're doing an overall supply. We got 40k and 45k. Very little cobaltite. And very little nickel. My guess is that, even though this splitter is set up, what, are we... A splitter broken? Oh, I see what's happening. Only that one's running because I wired up the whole thing. Yeah, that shouldn't be wired up. Doesn't work that way. This one has to have the requisite 100, otherwise it's not going to split. It's got to be right in that single section of pipe, and then it will split equally. So that explains why we've had far less aluminum, bauxite, and apparently zinc, I guess. We got plenty of that other stuff. Anyway, the robots are just kind of moving stuff around because I wanted to clean the factory up a little bit. It's not a particularly efficient task for them, but power usage has been okay. We need to focus on getting some more research done. I created a little bit of an overflow system here because I had some thermal water, but it wasn't being used because the purified water output from this machine was getting blocked by the purified water production of other machines. So I just disconnected it. This is its own purified water system. It can go into the logistic network if necessary. I believe, yes, this is where the logistic system filter is there. And then this is an overflow valve, so that if we have too much purified water here, it just goes away. And that is keeping this thing whole running now, which is good. I believe, if I remember correctly, it's been, like I mentioned, it's been a few days since I played last. I believe that I set up a train station specific for the thermal water. Let's check and see. Thermal. Yeah, he's up there right now. He's getting filled up, so he's doing a good job. So we're happy. We're happy. Thermal water should be coming in. Let's see, robots. Currently, none construction and an excess of logistic. In cases like that, what I like to do is flip this. So we will change this over to an active provider, let the other guys take a break. If I have more of one than the other, then might as well let the logistic robots join the task. So, let's see. At this point, I do think that I'm going to need to secure some more resources, some more sapphire and that kind of stuff. This whole thing is where we used to have crushed stone coming out. It got blocked now because apparently we're just not using any of this stuff over here because there's too much of the chunks. There's too much of the chunks because this whole chest is full. Alright, fair enough. Those were the geodes, that was the slag. I'm gonna have to offload some of this stuff. There is some of it that I do want. Let's just say that I don't want all of it right now because I do think that that's sort of silly. Let's see, if we do these, we get... Yeah, we get this one. Let's pull the copper, iron, yellow one, and that one out. So we'll keep that one running. We'll let that machine do its job. As far as storage goes, oh, I don't know. What is this? This is nickel? Isn't that nickel? No, it's zinc. Well, I don't really care. Just put it into a box. I do want the byproduct stuff. Generally speaking, I don't really want to like go too crazy with a huge amount of resources, but I don't like the idea that none of that stuff's running. Just gonna work from the bottom up. Gonna unload all the zinc first. Curious how it's not actually completely saturating the belt. Oh, it is. Okay, it's just mixing the iron ore in and I can't see it. Gotcha. Okay, so what do we work on next? Let's go and check on science, because that's like the last real hurdle. I need advanced electronics, which I'm working on right now, so that I can get electronic logic boards. That allows us to finally make some modules, and that's where everything's going to get exciting. So, the thing that we're lacking to make these guys is the lithium-ion batteries. The lithium-ion batteries were being made via robot-esque over here. And they are lacking the lithium cobalt oxide. It is requested, but not being delivered. Lithium cobalt oxide was that thing up there, which should be being made right now, because there is... available thermal water. Could be, because I just told all of the logistic robots to go work on this, which is quite possibly the reason why I had the construction robots doing it instead, so I wanted the rest of the factory to keep on running. Oops, that was wrong. So let's go take a look if maybe... It was the lithium... This stuff, right? Lithium chloride? Lithium chloride? No, it's this lithium cobalt oxide, I think, which is being held up by the lack of lithium. The lack of lithium is because we are doing everything we can to make just one type. Great, yeah, that makes sense. Good job, Aruba. Alright, so it looks like at this point here is where we need to split. Or rather, this would make more sense, I think. Okay, see if we can make a little bit more of this. Might not actually be enough thermal water coming in to support that much, but... Alright. Lithium-ion batteries, please. 3.2k of that. Fantastic. Let's see. That is a passive provider warehouse, so... Let's go ahead and put some logistic network restrictions on here. You guys are making something related to lithium, is all I remember. It's that stuff with the red in the corner. That needs to be less than, say 1,000. And then these ones will put the same basic restriction on, and they should balance out, hopefully, in the end. That was going to be the actual, again, related to lithium. Lithium, just lithium, yeah. So for now, all of this production will go towards the other side to balance out the mistake that I had made before. And then this crap can get ferried over to be turned into science. And then science will be used to make better everythings. Yeah, so iron's coming in at a pretty good clip. However, I feel like I don't really want to move over to the electric furnaces yet, even though I kind of should, because I noticed that the fuel oil actually did deplete rather quickly. There's tons of it, tons and tons of megajoules worth of energy sitting on those belts, but the actual supply of fuel oil is now gone, and that may have been useful in the creation of rockets, I'm not sure. You're actually lacking basic electronic boards, that's curious. We request 200. There are none being delivered right now. What could possibly be holding up basic electronic boards? Lack of solder. The solder has stopped being created because we have a lack of solder plates. Solder plates is due to a lack of lead. We request lead. There's lead on this belt. I don't think the lead even needs to be on the bus. If I'm not mistaken, this lead doesn't really, I don't think it even goes anywhere, does it? Ah, it just goes down to here for the batteries. Well, I know we have lead ore, don't we? Oh, yeah, tons of it. Lead. Turns out, no. Not so much. Not so much lead. Lead comes from... which one primarily? Can't even remember. From the crushed rubite sorting. Well, we have rubite ore. We just don't have anything going on with it right now, evidently. My guess is that these are blocked by some sort of an output. So you've made too much of your trash output, which is the nitric wastewater. I thought I cleaned all these pipes up, but maybe I missed one? Possibly? Oh god, one single thing of chloric wastewater blocking all of it. Awesome. Hey, but advanced electronics got finished just like that. Alright, nice. So we can finally make some module logic boards, electronic logic boards, superior circuit boards, fiberglass boards, integrated electronics, etc. Shall we work on some more tech? I think yes. I think we go for... Mining drills research 3. Sounds good. Let's get some better mining drills. Why not? And I think I already set up some of the logistic stuff that I was going to end up using at some point. For the electronic logic boards as soon as that research got done. They are all, I think, ready to go. They just need to be programmed in. I've forgotten completely which ones were which, but we should be able to tell based on this stuff. So, fiberglass. That's going to be you. And then you are restricted by that one, integrated electronics, so that must be what you are for. Okay. You are restricted based on what looks like regular circuits, but it's actually electronic logic boards. And then you are the precursor to that. Okay. Non-ferric chloride solution. Oh yeah, that's right. Machines do this weird thing where they don't actually bring in the ferric chloride. Even though they'll take in the other stuff that they need, they don't take the fluid in until they actually have all the right other stuff. So gold plate. No gold plate, huh? What's up with gold? We got 150 gold ore. Okay, gold plate. Gold plate comes from the gold ore and chlorine gas. It comes from ceratite crystals and chrontinium crystals and rubite crystals and mineral catalyst if we want to make it directly. Something died. Comes as a byproduct of the shocking. Looks like the rubite chunks sorting, which we'll hopefully start doing a little bit of now. Isn't that what's happening here? Pick one of those up, make sure that is gold. It is. We should have some gold ore in this thing here. Not a huge amount, but some. Which means wherever gold has been made in the past, with some electronic logic boards, we can already start making those. Okay, that's cool. This requires me to do some other types of research. Tungsten. Yeah, we're gonna need tungsten. I don't even know. Have I even made a single little bit of gold at some point? I think I must have at some point, right? Again, gold is going to be crafted using chlorine gas. Chlorine, I think, was down here. That's hydrogen chloride. Maybe I don't even have any gold. I don't remember. Chlorine. Make, chlorine. Molten salt electrolysis. We take salt. That would be this. Nope. Sodium hydroxide. Well then, what on earth is this for used for? Ingredient in sodium chlorate, sodium hypochlorate, alumina. Product of, yeah, it's a byproduct, but I don't really need more of that. All right, I guess we just have to do some molten chlorine, hydrogen, sodium hydroxide. We already have regular chlorine right here then, in theory. One machine is running, so there's some. Alright. Well, electric chemical furnace it is. Let's start off with like 2. Since clearly I've not used a huge amount of resources to make like aluminum and still gotten by just fine. We're gonna make the gold plate. Okay, and then we'll set our restriction on the gold plate. Should just see 200 of that coming over here. Gotta check in the actual production of chlorine, see if there's enough going on here. You're restricted by your output of this stuff, which... And I suppose for now, I care more about the gold production, so just store that crap. I mean, there's plenty of robots to move it around. It's just kind of... weird. Oh, oops, I actually lined that up wrong. Entirely possible that we didn't actually need store that. Let's go back to this kind for now and see if is this the flare stack turned on, which is a bad sign. Should be a flare stack for the hydrogen down here as well, and that's getting flared, so that's not good. Yeah, we don't need the extra, evidently. Oh, I've messed this up, haven't I? Thought there would be a way I could make this work. Let's see, we will... do the requests like that. You can request from down there and then... it's a little bit funky, but it is working. I don't know. I don't know why. Am I going crazy? I could have sworn there'd be an easy way to make it so that it would be symmetrical. Two could access this. Maybe I should have put them extra... if I put an extra space between them, I could have... I don't know. There's probably some way to do it. I've done something similar in the past, and it looked nice and pretty and all that stuff, but... anyway, so there's the gold. A little bit of gold being made. It should come on over here to make some of these, and we can actually see, yes, we've got superior circuit boards being made, and are we getting any of these yet? Integrated electronics are a no-go due to a lack of sulfuric acid. There is no sulfuric acid because we are requesting sulfuric acid barrels. Let's request a few more. There are none being delivered. There are none being delivered, even though I just set this up. I couldn't possibly have drained this whole thing. No, it's not that, but there are no... what have I done? Apparently I've used an overflow valve, which is not working when connected to a storage thing directly. Okay. Well, let's just not use one then. We've already got a restriction on the production of sulfuric acid barrels. I mean, I would have liked to have used an overflow valve, but... interesting that it can't connect with storage tank Mark IIIs. You would assume... I mean... there's the connection on that edge and that edge, so it should be the top edge and the right edge. It should work. Unless, did I have it facing that way, maybe? Let me check real quick. I might have. I did. Derp. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. It should work. It should work being connected to this. I'm sorry. Anyway. Yeah. So, this is going to have to be a shorter episode just because I am trying to get caught up a little bit here and getting it out today sooner rather than later, and a few minutes shorter I think is still superior to not having it out at all. So the good news is that we're making the fancy pants circuit boards, which means that we can now start to make some of the really, really fancy pants things like this, the flotation cell Mark IIIs, the ore sorting facility Mark IVs, the leaching plant Mark IIs, heck, I think we can basically make the best of everything now. And on top of that, more importantly, I think, is we can begin module research now that we have gold and fiberglass boards. So, alright, I'll see you guys in the next episode. As always, thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.